Impromptu live, I say. We're gonna see what's coming out. This is one of those lives where you're probably gonna have to play it back and listen to it, because I'm gonna take my time and go slow on this therapy session because this has been this has been so much on my energy. I have cards on my table that I have been there for at least almost a month that I've been sitting in energy, honestly, and that's sad in my opinion because whatever energy's been going on, there's been a lot of procrastinating, something that every time I get ready to do the reading, it's like something stops me, whether it's myself, and this has been more internal, if I'm being honest. This is more internal. This is not even external. I can't even say that is internal. I mean external. But we're gonna let some people get in the room real quick. We'll get started here in a second.
He wants to do Superman and what? He wants to do Marvel.
Ooh, you know what? I know what it is. I got my personal handicapped person here because y'all all know I got autism. I got a job for you, Taylor. Shout out to Taylor. Oh, look how she's so cute. Oh, you should see her. She's so cute. Oh, she's so adorable. Ah. Okay, so I did this spread a while back, and this was, excuse the.
There is not.
Hold on.
That's what it's saying.
What's it say?
Good. Oh, it's good.
Yeah. It's good. All right. Should I put should I twist it? You like it like that? Or should I do it like this? You like it like that? The rotation? Y'all like it like that? What you think, Taylor? You like it on the camera over there? Oh, you can't see them all, but in terms of when I start talking, I hold them up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like that. Okay. This is impromptu. That's why it's not cute, y'all. So you have to bear with me. Because I just said forget it. I'm just gonna get the reading out there any way I can, and this is gonna be a very specific message. So if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This is the one we're doing the star. So help me keep up with it because I'll get lost, because it start getting in depth. So I'm on. This is the first card is the top one, right?
Where you are.
Where you are. All right. Currently, where you are. This is your reading if you are in this stuck energy of feeling very, very lost and very sad. Like there's been some relationships that have ended for sure for you. And you could be feeling like this or they're feeling like this. I'll try to cover that up so we don't get banned. But get FU, So there's something about some relationships that have been over with now, but I also see two relationships in the back. So although you may feel like you had some losses, there's two other things that you're not focused on in the back. And maybe you forgot about them. Maybe you forgot about these two relationships and you focus on the losses. Could be. And this is from my Golden Girls deck. And that's where you're coming from? What was the first one?
The first one was where you are.
Yeah, where you are. So this could be where you are right now. If this is where you are, stick around. Let's see some more clarifiers on where you are. Spirit Divine White Light, we ask for only the highest energies. We make mute, blind, and dumb and deaf all negative energies that come, kill, steal, and destroy. I ask for the protection of Yeshua. Those who call him Jesus, you may call him that. I ask for my angels and ancestors of the highest white light to protect and guide this reading. And for all those who need to hear it, let the words go to them and let them not return void. Let them go to the hearts and ears and minds to meditate, to consider, to ponder, and to wonder.
Taylor, I got.
May all things be made possible through the love and energy and light of the Most High God. Amen, amen, amen. All right, so this is your reading. If you had some loss, right? And Same cards from earlier. Some loss. Okay. Okay. So there could have been some relationships that have ended, right? So it's the therapy session that you didn't know you needed. So it looks like you got some relationships that have ended, and you may think they that they stink now, that something about them is foul. They could actually really smell for real, or you may feel somebody feels like someone stinks. Either take it how it resonates. Either you or the other person, something's like foul about it now. And there's this Queen of Pentacles that's coming up. Oh, something flew out. Oh my goodness, what we got? Oh. What we got? We got this Queen of Pentacles. Sorry. Okay, what we got? Lord have mercy. Okay. Give me a second, y'all. Let me get the energy. Let me read it. This is a check-in, by the way, if you want to know to stay here or not. This is a check-in. You'll know if this is your reading, okay? There's a loss in relationships. Somebody is looking at the other person or judging the other person like, oh, this is foul. Whatever they're doing, they either they can't control it or they can control it and don't. They're doing something that's like everybody can smell it, everybody can see it, and it's disgusting. And we have these two people on the board. We have this Queen of Plastics and this Page of Flames. One is older and one is younger. So this older person is more like worried about their business. They're into being grounded, being stable, being factual, being concrete, being dependable, being loyal. And this other person is very young and they just go with whatever is trending. So they may be more into like social media, what's on television, what things look like, a lot of mimicking. You may see the younger person mimics a lot of things that are like in the world, and this older person is like more in tune with who they are and more grounded. So there's this, the younger person is very immature, but yet they got all this fire that they're ready to just all this fire. So they don't have to be younger necessarily in age, but younger in spirit. But they come across they're doing this very innocently, the younger person. They're very, I don't know if they are innocent, but they come across very innocent. And then we have, okay. The Eight of Flames. Something could be very scary. Something could have been very... Let me get a clarifying on this. What the hell? What the heck? You went through something scary? Now, when you do a therapy session, whoever you are, something's... And the scary thing is like belief. The scary thing is a belief. It's like the children of a corn belief. Like it's very dark. Whatever this is very, very dark. Very, very dark. This is interesting. What the hell could be dark? What y'all got going on? What could be dark about this belief? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of flames. 6 of flames. Okay. Something about judgment is very scary. Okay, there was a relationship that was very, very close. There was a relationship that was very, 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 it was a great union. Or a good union. And now something very sinister happened. There's a clashing of beliefs. If you remember this, do you remember this scene on Mean Girls? When they were like, what they say, Taylor? The boys just said, we don't like the gays or the Jews or something. Oh, yeah. What they say? What they say? Mm-hmm. I can't say that on here. We don't like the such and such and such and such. You remember that? And because they're like homeschool kids, like backwoods. So like something about one of these persons, and I'm gonna say it's the Page of Flames, is like very like young-minded. These really, really
3, 2, 1.
odd beliefs, these negative beliefs, and these backwood,
Bruh.
back of Tennessee, backside of Augusta, backside of Appleton, backside of like Arkansas, Kansas, like backwards thinking, you know, and that's scary because that's where a lot of cognitive. No wonder we need a therapy session. We got some cognitive distortion, some really effed up beliefs here. That makes sense. So there's judgment here on the table. So there's some judgment out here right now, and someone is stuck. Ooh. There's judgment on the table and someone is stuck. Someone is stuck in everybody's sin. Do you remember the scene? Do you remember the scene? Oh my God. So remember when everybody like kind of knew about the burn book and things like that, and she had gained all the weight and she had to wear her sweatpants and things like that. She had to wear her sweatpants. It's not funny, but it was just like she was so ashamed. So there, somebody must be in some type of shame. And people are talking. And they are horrified. What people are saying.
Hey, Ethan, come here.
This could be a masculine. Take it how it resonates. Doesn't have to be. But, I mean, it's coming out as masculine energy. The gender doesn't matter. But whoever this is, there's a masculine now who doesn't want to fight anymore, who doesn't want to be so brazen and bold anymore. And now we have this female here who doesn't care about anything of like whatever the relationship was, whatever. Okay, so in this movie, this is the urn from a tribe that Caddy's mom. There's a tribe that her mom used to work with, you know, with indigenous persons, and they gave her that as a gift. And so she holds that very near and dear to her. So when Katie had a party, she was like, my urn. She was like, oh my God, you know. And so if you see her in this card, this is in reverse. This person doesn't care about the relationship anymore. She doesn't, that ship, whatever that is, whatever was in that urn, whatever type of beautiful memories, that person don't care about that no more. It's in reverse. She's no longer stuck in her feelings or her emotions. And something about a picture, how something looked.
Wake up!
Something about the picture. What about the picture? Something about the picture. The picture. Something about the picture being painted. So your therapy session, okay, it looks like whatever you're coming in for, finishing off the check-in, looks like whatever you're coming in for. Somebody wants to go back in the past, it looks like, or just paint a new picture. And I don't know if this is you, since this is your reading. It looks like you or your person, one of you, coming up with this fire energy. The person who's very determined, very fiery, very outgoing, has a lot of courageousness, a lot of integrity, is looking at the picture now. Or looking at the picture. I should say now, just looking at the picture.
Let's watch the video, okay?
And why things didn't work out. And why there wasn't any success. And no one's following behind them. Yeah, the star is not coming behind. There's nobody following.
Okay.
All right, let me see this. I gotta put my... All right, so let's get into the, I guess the main part of this, right? So that's your reading. I don't know. Looking like this. She's like, all right. All right. So that was the first one. Let's go to the second part because that's the where you are. Where we at now?
Your task.
Your task? Oh, your task. Whoever reading this is, your task is to look at this. Oh, damn. Damn, okay. Oh my. You got to take this as it resonates. I don't know whose reading this is.
This is gonna be a.
But your task is to look at the mirror and how you've been a narcissist. Damn, it couldn't get more clear than that. That's pretty hard. I didn't do this. I probably should have set these cards up. Oh my god, I pulled the cards a while back and sat on it, but I promise you these cards came out just like they came out. That's wow. And it's funny because I didn't even really look at them. I just folded. I didn't even know that was there. This Knight of Wands, because this card, Knight of Wands, can often be a narcissist. You know, Leo, Sagittarius. I try not to name the zodiac signs, but this is a person who was just, you know, outgoing, spontaneous, a very direct leader, you know, independent, a way maker, very fast, you know, thinks a lot of themselves. All right, and death. Okay, so maybe you're having a hard time ending this type of toxic behavior towards yourself, because if you're a narcissist, this is self-injury. I have a few clients who are narcissists, and you know, they do struggle in their relationships. They struggle to connect with other people and maintain close relationships with people because they often have a hard time reflecting. So whenever trouble comes and they have an argument or issue with someone, they often revert back to fight, flight, fawn, or freeze, which is going to cause the other person to react. And so it's a constant spiral. NPD is very serious. If this is your reading and this is a therapy session, you know, this is spirit saying go to therapy. Like, this is literally like, how do I know I need one? This is it. If you sat through this is your reading. Spirit's telling you should go to therapy. And I do mean the word should. You could, but I say should. All right, there's a level of accountability here that needs to be taken. And this particular woman, you may not feel like you belong here. You may feel like standing up in front of people and taking accountability may feel weird or feel like you're out of place for doing that. Of course, it's gonna feel like out of place. Narcissists don't reflect. So if you're taking accountability, or narcissists don't take accountability. So that totally makes sense. They don't like it. The Lovers, you may didn't take accountability for something that happened in a relationship with a lover. This could be your reading. If this is your reading, then you already know what time it is. And something happened with a lover, and you need to take accountability. And you're coming up as the actual narcissist card. This is not just any, like, it could have, there's so many other cards that could come out. And if you are a narcissist, there's help for you. I'm a therapist. I treat people with narcissism. You just have to learn how to fix those cognitive distortions. That's really the only problem. It's the way you think. You got to work on your thoughts, and you'll be all right. You get healing. It's not that hard. People make it like it's hard. Narcissist. If you practice gratitude every day, it's hard to be a narcissist. Narcissists don't practice gratitude. That's why we say that. They're not thankful. They just say it out their mouth, but they don't actually practice some gratitude things. Like, they don't go and write down 10 things they're grateful for every day. They don't go up to strangers and tell them how beautiful they are. They don't feel. They don't do things. They don't, unless they're getting something. They don't do anything unless they get something from it, unless it bothers them. See? Trying to fit in, right? Narcissists do this type of thing. They see, and all of these were little narcs, and they tried to make her a little narc. And she fell for it, Caddy, and she didn't like it. And you could be this kind of person. Maybe you were hanging around narcissistic people, or maybe you've been around narcissistic people, and you start acting like them. Even like, again, from the check-in, it looks like if you're if this is your reading, and you're coming up as the page of flames as earlier in the thing. So being young-minded and kind of going with what everybody says to, what the trend is, how things look. If you're a cross-watcher and you're not you don't resonate with being a narcissist, and you're like, no, 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 somebody did something to me, they are definitely the narcissist, because they're the ones that do not ever take accountability. They you know, they don't know how, they don't do it. You know if you take accountability or not. And to take accountability is not just say, I'm sorry. If you don't tell the person what you did, if you just give a blanket, I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry I called you the B word, but blah, 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 you deserved it. That's not an apology. That's not what that is, and we all know it. So Ace of Plastics, for sure. And that could have been like the new idea, like the new thing to plant your seed in. Confirmation. Get out. The tongs. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for your task. Your task is to work on that. Spirit, give me some more information about the task, about the viewer's task. The viewer's task. The viewer's task. The viewer's task is you need to read, learn some words. So something told me to bring this book down. You don't have to get this.
Holy sugar.
How bad is it?
Mom, are you cooking something?
No. Yeah.
What are you cooking?
Nothing. All right. So this book right here is called Thoughts and Feelings.
Come here, Easton.
Taking control of your mood in your life. So narcissistic people often don't read books like this, but it really helps. So if you're coming out here and this is your reading, and you're coming out here as a narc card, and you chose to stay around, and you're like, you know what? Maybe she's right. I could be. Maybe I could be a narcissist. There only was one way to find out. What's the harm that it would take into learning? Because let's say you're not one, right? It wouldn't matter. That's why I tell people who are like, hey, what if I am a narcissist? What if I'm not? It doesn't matter. Let's just talk about it. You're still going to need to identify and change patterns of limited thinking. And there are several of them. Overgeneralizing, black and white thinking, mental filtering. Look at this. Should. Narcissistic people love shoulds. Because what it does is it keeps them in this state of being right, and they never have to reflect. So they kind of bounce between these two, personalizing and shoulds, with a little bit of magnifying. So a little bit of everything over here. So it's a lot, but it's not a lot, but it's easy to learn them. There are not that many. There's only 8 that you can get started with. 8? You can learn 8. If you know a song by heart, you can learn these. They're very easy. And most of them, you already know that most of them, they're very easy to figure out. Like I said, magnifying, minimizing. People know when they're magnifying and minimizing. And they know when they're gaslighting most of the time. They know when they're lying. Maybe not to others. But definitely maybe not to themselves, but definitely they know when they're lying to other people. Okay. So let's go to the next one, right? Your difficulty. So you're difficult to be. You're difficult to be. Okay. These are the clarifiers for these. Okay, the difficulty is actually very interesting. I don't know whose reading this is. It's very, again, if this is your reading and you've chosen to stick around for this, good for you. My channel is definitely made for those who are probably too scared to go to therapy. They don't know how to even unpack therapy. They don't know where to begin. And this is like one of the few places that they have to listen to something that could possibly give them any type of tools. Because it's hard to beat synchronicities. It's hard for all this to be a lie, especially if you stay here for so long, keep watching the channels. So again, this could be hard to hear, and I'm going to try to be gentle as much as I can. Spirit is being very clear as far as the words. But you could be an emotional vampire and a BITC, you know what. And it may not necessarily be like your fault. This could be more behind it, but you're coming up as an energy vampire, and you're coming up with this itch energy, you know. And this emotional vampire is coming up under the Hierophant, under Sophia. And what I love about Sophia is not, she's about that life. She doesn't play any games at all. She's a fair judge, if you will. She sees the situation and she's able to determine. So Spirit is coming through saying, whatever attachments or energies you have attached to you, or whatever you've been doing, you're being judged. Your Spirit sees you. Spirit sees the whole thing. Spirit sees everything. Nothing's unturned, and you're being asked to slow down with that attitude, this itchy attitude. You know, slowing down with that, because the Eight of Wands is out here. I mean, and that's the fastest wand, and that's the fastest card in the deck. It's in reverse. So the Spirit's like, you might want to slow that itch energy down. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. Excuse me. I'm reaching all around the camera. Yeah, this energy is not going to bring you any good luck. And people are talking. And people are talking. My ears are popping. Okay. There is a need for you to unburden yourself because of something that was given. There was some type of trick, a pretending, something about holidays. This could have been a holiday. It doesn't have to be Christmas, but it could have been a holiday. Something about something was given on a holiday, but it was a trick. It was supposed to be, it was a trick. Something was tricky. A trick was done during the holidays. Something about giving. A burden was let go, so you could have let something go. Everybody's talking about something that you let go, and it's during a holiday, and something's been uncovered. This whatever lie or whatever manipulation or scheme or backstabbing thing that you or it has to be you, because you're coming up as a narcissist, an emotional vampire, and the beat word. So it's just you. Whatever you did, you need to take accountability for that. I'm not even for the sugarcoat it no more. I would tell you, like, it's a therapy session you didn't know you needed. Fine. Well, I'm gonna tell you like I would tell my client. I'm not gonna just because you on the World Wide Web, you decide to watch this link video, then you decide to watch a video because you knew you was getting a therapy session. So I'm gonna tell you what I tell my clients. If you have been lying or you have been manipulating and you know you need to take accountability, then do that, bruh. And then don't talk to me about your headaches and your anxiety, right? Don't talk to me about your depression, because that's what's eating your ass up. Go take care of that. If you need to make amends. So one of the things that people do in the 12-step program in AA, from Narcotics Anonymous, and we know there's a whole bunch of narcissists who are in AA and NA. We know that. Go look at the statistics. One of the things that they have to do is make amends. And guess what? When you make amends, everybody don't care about your apology. Your amends is for you. You take accountability because of you feel bad about what you did. It's got nothing to do with the other person. And you could have there could be a split. There could be definitely an imbalance in thought, because you could have been one way with a set of people and another way with another set of people. That's what happens when you live a double life. Straight facts. So the King of Daggers. Okay. Something about the King of Daggers is on his way to something. Okay. You could be on your way, or you could be thinking about coming on your way to a relationship from the past. You could be thinking about going back to a relationship from the past towards this queen. Oh, your counterpart. Oh, you're thinking about going back to your counterpart after being an emotional vampire? Yeah, okay. And a look at the, I can't even make these up. Look at these cards. Bro, girl, take it as a resonate. Gender is not important. But if you've been narky, again, if you stay here, okay. So you're trying to come back to this person with, oh, that's why you want a therapy session, because you want to know what to do. That's what it is. I'm sure that's what it is. They're going to know what to do. The Knight of Daggers. Okay. You don't have a good plan. You just know you want to go towards this happiness. This Nine of Plastics. This stable, happy, appearing to be happy. Oh, you don't want to be left out? What don't you want to be left out of? I think you care too much about how things look. Or you thought about how things look too much. Something about you caring about how things look too much, and that caused the breakup. Because everybody was looking at this breakup. Everybody was looking at this breakup. And it's not, whatever, something's uncovered now. Whatever it is, everybody knows, and you know, cat's out the bag. Ain't nothing hidden no more. What is this spirit? What's not hidden anymore? The world can see that you are insecure and a follower. The world can see that you're an insecure follower. I'm sorry to say that to you out loud. And that's okay. If you notice who you were and say, I used to be an insecure follower, say that every single day. I used to be an insecure follower. I'm no longer an insecure follower anymore. You need to write that as a mantra. You need to write that down 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times in the evening. I am authentic, and I love myself. You could be mimicking your father. Take this as it resonates, whether it's a male or female. You are mimicking your father and your mother, and they were not counterparts. Your father's coming off here as rude and disrespectful and emotionally unavailable, and your mother's coming off here is you know, she's rude too, but not like it's the same kind of rude. He's more stubborn and not emotionally unavailable. She's like more with her mouth, like she'll say whatever she needs to say. She won't hold her tongue. He holds his feelings back. She doesn't hold her feelings back or her thoughts or her temper either. She has something. And this wasn't good for you. You seeing this coming up was not a good thing. Why did I know to say father? Give me a card. Let me see why this is coming up. Because that doesn't make, yeah, okay. That makes sense. The reason why I said that, because in the home, we got the Page of Flames, right? And that's her father in the movie. So something about your father being very stubborn and sitting on a throne like he really knows everything. But meanwhile, his house is disarray. The wife does what she wants to do. He's cold. He's unavailable. All he thinks he's supposed to do is make money. And then the woman here, she's just spouting orders and telling people what to do while sitting down. And your mother could be the kind of person who just kind of sits in one space and just tell people what to do. You'll notice as you're reading too, if this mentions your parents, if your mother's more like sitting down and kind of telling people what to do, and maybe not so mean or harshly, but definitely like, you need to do this, you need to do that. Like more, you need to do this, you need to do that. And the father, maybe he's not so much saying things like that, but he's just more cold and maybe unavailable in general. And that's how you'll know this is your reading too. And again, the sun card here, that wasn't good for you because it caused you to not value relationships or memories. And it had you looking towards and expecting chaos. And now you walk right into a tower. Tell me more, Spirit. All right, let's go to the last one. Almost the last one. All right, so we're moving to the last one, your strengths. Your strengths, let's see what your strengths are over here. So your strengths are coming up here as you do have this feral energy. So whatever it is about you, this, this cat-like, this scare, this energy that almost like you can go crazy, you can go mad. That's actually good energy because sometimes you need that to get stuff done. So you may need it. You're gonna need that crazy, fierce energy to drive forward in life. So Spirit says use that energy wisely. Your triggers are coming up here as a good thing for you too. Although it's probably been, and I can say that if you're coming up here as a narcissist, that's the truth. So that if you're here and you believe in esoteric and spirituality, the enemy, as they say, or spirits or your own thinking, whatever you want to use it. I don't care about your terminology, whatever words make you feel good. They use your triggers to hurt yourself and others. But when you know your triggers, when you know what sets you off, you can use it to be the sun. Therapy will teach you how to use your triggers for like greatness. It's almost like people who are have PTSD, they're hypervigilant, right? That means they're always watching. They're always watching for things. They're hypervigilant, so they can always detect when BS is about to occur. So that if they learn to channel the times when they feel out of control, so they can get back in control of their body, stay grounded, they don't lose the hypervigilance. They still stay hypervigilant. They still keep that gift, and they're able to use it for emergency crises like 911 operators. So your trigger can definitely be used as a positive thing, but you have to know how to ground yourself. And again, being aware how your stomach is feeling, how your neck is feeling, how your back is feeling, and where are you feeling it in your body. And then you can take it and transmute the energy, put it where it needs to go. And some of that is somatic training, deep breathing, yoga, exercise. There's so many things that you can do to help that. And I'm saying it like that because everybody's different. What works for you is not going to work for the other person. So this is why people do need to go to therapy. Imagine someone who never ever went to the dentist, right? They don't ever go to the dentist, but they brush their teeth and they floss. Would you still want to kiss them in the mouth? Most people go, oh, no. Well, it's the same thing when you go to the gym, you do a little bit of this, you talk to your friends here and there, you do things for your mental health every day, but you don't actually talk to anybody that's a professional. That's the same thing. You don't know what you don't know. That's weird. You don't know what you don't know. So if you don't go see someone that's a professional about times when you've been depressed, you've had anxiety, you've overused drugs, you've been a period of over drinking, but you never saw a professional, why are you playing with yourself, bro? Like, why are you lying? Like, don't lie to yourself. See, I was right. Your triggers tap you into spirit. Like the things that are alarming you, that you're thinking are dangerous, are not alarms for you to hurt people, get away from them. They're alarms for yourself. That's what makes you narky and a vampire. Because every time you get triggered, you think you're hearing from God, and you're not. You go move away, probably avoidant behavior, like you're not gonna get me. That's not gonna happen to me. You know, I will never. That will never be me. That will never happen to me. And you move over to these energies right here, and you're not listening to spirit. So spirit is saying, if you start tapping into and understanding your triggers, it'll make you less of an emotional vampire, less of a narc, less of this. Again, if you're still around for that reading, you're a very brave person. Very brave person. I did not say it's strength. And you may be feeling weak right now. So I'm sending you lots of love and lots of energy, lots of love and light. I have personally never received a reading like this before for myself. So I don't know how this feels, but as a therapist, I've definitely had conversations with people like this before. I've had my few share of people who've had some narky behaviors, sociopath, antisocial, you know, and I do believe there's healing through tarot because, again, that'll be random for you to just run up around a message that just happens to know everything about you. You could be spending a lot of time in isolation crying, trying to hang out with friends. Maybe you're trying to get the attention of some girls or some women because your dream home, something about your home is not what you're sad about your home. Shit, you're sad about your home. And you feel basic. You feel basic in all ways. You feel basic as a female and you feel basic as a male. Take it as a resonate. And your masculine and feminine energy, whoever this is. And again, this holiday keeps coming out. Something about the holiday. There's Santa, and now we got holiday Barbie. Something about holiday. This person could either you or a person could have a red dress, be in red. Something about holiday times. Wow. This is also, you know, if this is your reading, if you're like, I'm still not sure, I'm still not convinced. If you're the masculine, this person who you are with, take it as a resonate, masculine. So the person who's like, again, more domineering in a relationship, could want to be with their president Barbie. This person is a busybody. This person is very popular, very busy, she could be a very important person. He or she, your partner person could be very important, very busy, a go-getter. And yeah, just, what would you say? Presidents are busy. Presidents are, give me some synonyms. I'm having a blank right now.
Fire up, vroom, vroom, vroom.
Give me some. Come on, Virgo. I got a Virgo over here. She's quiet. Oh my God. They so shy. I'm like her Virgos. She's over here all being quiet. Virgo, give me some synonyms. Important, yeah.
Busy.
Yeah, we got the day and night Barbie, Ken. But Ken's over here looking kind of like out of place, right? So you can could be feeling like you're out of place. Mm-hmm. The viewer, if this is your reading. If it's not your reading, then your person could feel like they're out of place with you. Because look how beautiful, busy. Like, look at all important deadlines, dates, things to do. And you could be feeling like, yeah, I'm just hanging out. Look at Ken in comparison to what Barbie's doing. You may be feeling like I'm not doing enough or something like that, or I don't know, let me get more clarifiers. Yeah, something about people talking about that. What are people saying about the holiday Barbie? Oh my God. That's different. Something about that, whatever, something about holiday Barbie's different. Something about this person or your person being different and being strange, or people judging it. Something people thinking something's that we don't do that. Don't do that. Something about don't do that. It's strange. What is that? Yeah. And then, you may think you may see your president Barbie, this person's very important, as handicapped. And they may be handicapped. Maybe they have some type of handicap. I have one. I'm autistic. Maybe they're autistic. They could be very smart. A lot of smart people will have, maybe they do have, or maybe they actually have an actual handicap. Maybe they're actually in a wheelchair for real. Like maybe there's actual physical handicap, but they're still very busy, very important. Because when I worked in the prison, I knew a guy who was on crutches and he was a therapist and he was out there doing his thing every day. For real. On the walk every day. That didn't stop nothing. He was gone. So maybe this person could have a handicap, but they still don't let that stop them. They're still very important. And something about how this looks, or how you're talking, or there's talk about it. because maybe you left them or they left you, and it's just like someone's back there left out in the cold, and then someone's on the phone talking about this situation, these cups, these choices, something about these choices. And then we have the day and night. So let's see what's going on with this day and night, Barbie. Something about this person being very busy. Okay, they're coming up as the Knight of Flames. They're very busy and they're on the go. This person might have Leo in their chart, or they just may be an outgoing, witty person. Very smart, very charismatic, very down to earth, but also like a leader and fiery. They don't mind stepping up and getting in front of the podium and talking. I feel like this person's just a presence is a burden to you, and you want to party with them and have success. Like you want to party with them and have a good time with them, and you want to celebrate with them, like you want to win with them. But you just don't have any ideas how that would happen. You want to get back to normal. You want to go back to how things were, or you want to forget the past, and you want to just almost act like nothing happened, like apologies, and kind of move forward. You're trying to manifest them not seeing you like this, like the beginning. You're trying to manifest them not seeing you stinky, or seeing you stink, or seeing like how foul you are. You're trying to manifest them not seeing that. You're trying. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Trying to let go of the. The good for you for trying to let go of the devil. Good for you. Good for you. Good job. And again, you could be looking towards the future on like, what now? Because either you or this person is completely uninterested in this sweet smell of something. It may be something about the smell, the person's smell, or your smell, something about the smell, something about how they smell. And now they're either you or them are looking at like business opportunities on focus on business. It's probably them focusing on business, to be honest with you, considering you coming up here as a narc. It looks like, it looks like they could be having fun, or you're trying to have fun out there hanging out with people that are like them. Yeah, just they're just out here just having a good time, being a rodeo, just having a good time, or you are trying to. I feel like something about them teaching you about how things look to girls. Something about a teacher, either you didn't listen to a teacher, or something about a bad teacher, someone was not a good teacher, a teacher. Something about a teacher. I'll just say a bad teacher, but there was a lesson and someone was trying to teach you something, or you were trying to teach someone something, but the math was wrong. And something about how things look to girls. Something about how things look to girls. This could have been a downfall for you. And narcissists often do that. And I'm saying the narc word, but we can say avoidant personality types if that makes you feel better. Avoidant attachment style, if you have an avoidant. The parenting part was why I always add that in there, because so it make you feel so bad about yourself, because if you learned this from home, you learned it from home. And again, confusion, confliction. And this could have confused you. That could have confused you on how to worry about how things look to people versus like following your reflecting for yourself. You're confused about forcing something. You're conflicted about forcing something. And you don't want to fight. But you know justice has to be served, and there's justice is being served on the table, and you don't want to be stuck anymore. The hangman energy, it's like you're no longer stuck. But you're no longer stuck, but you don't have a relationship to offer because of this betrayal that happened. And God sees you. You went to spiritual court, bro. Whoever this is, hey, this is terrifying. You, bro, woman, girl, take this as it resonates. Justice has been served. The Hierophant comes out here and say, yeah, you got your. So if this is not you and this is your person, justice is being served to them. They're missing your energy. Yes. And if you're not, if this is you, then yes, what you've done, whatever you did to dismiss this energy, and you could be needing help, or you could be wanting somebody to come need help. Say, I need help, I'm coming. You could be feel like you're gonna come to them, or you want them to come to you. You may need some help. But justice has been served, whether that's you or your person. Spirit has said court hearings in session. All documents have been out. We know who the enemy was. We know what to do. First, Aaron Samuels, hot body, army of skinks. And they did each one of those. And so Spirit is looking at all the things that you did. All the things that you did. The forcing, I don't know. There's something about forcing something. Maybe you forced someone, or someone forced you into a relationship. But there's judgment that's being called on this. And you're coming up here looking weird. Whoever you are, I'm sorry. You're coming up here weird. That's weird. Are you serious? Oh, damn. What? Okay. Okay, something about you are forcing an older woman. It's like you were okay. Oh, I know what you did. You pretended like an older woman was forcing you, or older person was forcing you to be with them or do something that you didn't want to do. And that's why people were looking like, that's weird. But now you're coming up here looking weird because you had the dream pool, the dream house pool. People are confused, or you're confused, because you were supposed to be what everyone wanted to be like. So everyone wanted to be you, and you're walking around here mad, not even knowing that you the shit, that everybody's trying to be you. And it's just because whenever you get exposed, like, something about being exposed, people still follow you even when you're exposed. So like, you're still a trend. Whoever you are, you're a trendsetter. People want to do what you do anyway. So it was no point. I don't know. Something about that. And so now this Empress comes up here. You may be thinking about how she moves, how she dances. Take it as it resonates. Again, if you're a man, if this is a male that's coming up as the Empress, then he's nurturing. You know, he can dance, he can move. Da da da. If this is a female, obviously same thing. And then it's the Emperor. So we have counterparts here. So take this as it resonates. So they're coming up here as the equals, right? But he doesn't feel like he's got this masculine. He doesn't feel like he's got the moves, or he's desirable, or that he has any steps, like no movement. Like, I don't know, like when I see these shoes, it's like nowhere to go. Like, doesn't have, like, right? You need your shoes to go places, and they're reverse. It's like no shoes, no movement, like nowhere to move. And so there's a bit of, so the lie was about that. So okay. So again, judgment is in reverse. So maybe you're judging yourself too harshly. Maybe there's too much judgment there. Maybe there's no need for judgment. Maybe that book needs to, like, I think you're judging yourself too harshly. You may be good at sports, or you may like sports. So maybe you're worried about the wrong thing. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Spirit, I'm gonna close this out because I feel like this is enough. I feel like you know who you are. You know if you've been narky. You know if you've not been narky. You'll know if this is your reading. If you sat through this, you're very brave. You did a good job. Come back to my therapy sessions. Let's see. How do I end them off? I'm a guy. Let's tap in. Let's get a feeling that you could be feeling right now. Give me an emotion that the viewer could be feeling. You could be feeling very hopeless, very much in your feelings, very much like at a loss from a relationship that has ended. You could feel very closed off, very much drowning. You could feel like you're in a delusional state. You could feel like you're imagining things. You could feel very possessive right now, or just introverted. Very sad. You could be trying to hang out with friends to make it feel better. You know, yeah, and change your outlook. Maybe you're wearing sunshades. Maybe it's been sunny. Maybe you've been wearing sunglasses, trying to hang out with friends or do things that make you feel better. And maybe just kind of do some live action stuff, like moving around, like maybe moving around, you know, just trying to not sit around, trying to just get up and move, like living your life. Because there's a bit of wanting to because you want to let go of the judgments that people see you, and you don't, something about you don't know how to change the past, and changing the viewpoint, like how to change the picture, like how to create a new image, and truly just really wanting to let go of whatever these judgments that people have towards you. Everybody can see it. It's like I think you want to, like, if you haven't been hiding, maybe you are hiding, or maybe just putting this away from you. And you're not looking for a relationship right now. At least you're not coming up as wanting one. You're coming up here as this Ace of Cups, like with not offering any new partnership, no new love coming right now. Tell me more about this Ace of Cups. Right now you're spending a lot of time reflecting on yourself. And doing a lot of time reflecting. You're doing a lot of reflecting. I'll just leave it like that. Reflecting on. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, but you're reflecting on this person. You know you are. If this is your reading, you're reflecting on this person. They could be an Aquarius, but they could be like, they're fun, they're funny, they're goofy, they're silly, they make mistakes. They could get frustrated with things very easily, drop stuff, and then, but overall, they're very smart, very intelligent, very curious, very fun, and you could be thinking about that person. And they're a teacher as well. Something, again, just wanting to let that go, just wanting to the regrets of the past, letting go of.
And Easton a cupcake.
You already had one. He can have one. You can't have any more.
Huh?
You can't have any more. You already have one.
Now I'm trying to get one Easton one.
Okay. And then you have so accountability again. Last card. There's a need for you to take accountability.
Here.
It doesn't. Do you remember this part of the movie? She didn't feel good. Like, to sit up and say that she did that to her teacher. I can only imagine. She was in front of the class, like she had to put her head down. Yeah. And everybody knew she did it anyway, right? You just think you're gonna finally admit it, finally say it, just finally say the thing that you did that was wrong. And that's how you clear your karma. If you do not, Spirit, Divine White Light, what happens to this person since therapy session, since they're here and they believe in the esoteric, right? What are some things that could happen to them if they do not clear the energy? My ears are popping. Damn. This person's gonna level up and you're gonna be the total opposite. Damn. All right. Take to the sky. I think that is all. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful evening. I have made myself a promise I'm gonna try to come back on live, even if they're impromptu. I hope that you like the impromptu readings. Hopefully they're not too bad. If you want a private reading, just go to the MyNeck account that you see in my bio. It's MyNeck, MINNECT. You do not have to create a profile. All you gotta do is just check it out as a guest. You can send like one question and I will send you an answer back via text. If you want a video, you can pay for a video. If you want a text, you can pay for a text. They're very, 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 very affordable in my opinion, especially for text messages. They literally like cost you Starbucks costs more than that. So if you want that, you can do that. If not, keep doing the free readings on my channel. There's plenty of content to catch up on. I do past, future, and present readings, so there's no telling where you are. If you look at my readings, you just have to click on the video and whatever resonates with you. And some of the ones that I have that are shorts are more the ones that you can read, because I'm busy. I'm a therapist, I'm a mom, I got things I'm doing. So sometimes I just do the reading and I do a transcript and I copy and paste the transcript so you guys can see what came out in the readings. So hopefully that you are reading those, because those are not AI and those are me. Anything else? Let me know. Talk to you later. Love and light, sending peace and harmony. Thank you for coming to your therapy session. I'm gonna do better with the therapy sessions. I'm gonna have them more like tailored to how I do them, but I've never done them with tarot, so it's a little different, kind of merging tarot with actual therapy work, because you know it's different, it's not the same. So I've got a feeling I'm gonna build out my sessions. My Virgo over here, I'm laughing because my Virgo's over here being a Virgos. You should see her. Bye, guys. This is Taylor.